Hello, thank you for staying with us and welcome to Face Off on Channels Television. I'm Neota Igbe. Now, this week has been a very exciting week. Indeed, the EFCC is going ahead to invite some people and arrest some, and then the DSS is arresting some other people. And there's then, that slogan by the government, by the federal government, especially during the campaigns, that they're going to fight corruption to the death before it kills Nigeria. That statement was credited to the president. Now, the recent arrest by the EFCC and the agencies of government of some public officers is a renewed attempt to stem corruption, to carry on with the war against corruption. How effective is this war against corruption? This is not the first time that people have been invited to the EFCC. This is not the first time that some others have been arrested. And indeed, there are some people out there who have been on bail for almost 8 years or over 8 years. How is it that they are still on bail? Are the courts ready to end those cases, or are those cases thrown into the bins? What's the situation? Can this war be won? Is it on the path towards victory, or are there some things that are not being done properly? Anyway, that's what we're going to look at today. Is Nigeria winning the war against corruption? And we have two gentlemen in the studio. Captain Tunji Shelle is a public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And a legal practitioner, just so that we stay within the ambit of the law. Mr. Yinka Chubani, thank you for coming.
Thank you, you too.
All right, real quickly, let me begin with you. Are we winning the war against corruption?
Yeah, certainly.
Thank you.
That'll be all for the witness.
Yes, that'll be all for the witness.
Okay.
Are we winning the war against corruption?
We still have a lot of work to do.
Thank you.
We are not winning yet.
Okay. We'll take a moment and we'll come back to continue the conversation. We already have some people already talking about it on our Twitter handle, but if you know you have comments that are longer than 140 characters, send us a mail, faceoff@channelstv.com. We'll take a moment and we'll be back. Don't go away. Welcome back. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation on Face Off Today, at Face Off Today on Twitter, or send us a mail, faceoff@channelstv.com, or use my handle at Neota Igbe. We're discussing, is Nigeria winning the war of corruption? Mr. Ubani says, yes. Captain Shelle says, there's a lot of work to do, we're not winning the war yet. So maybe you ask him the first question.
Yeah, Captain, when you said that a lot needs to be done. I know that in terms of fight against corruption, that is the preventive measures being put in place, detection measures, and then probably the sanction level. Are you not satisfied so far with the preventive measures that this government is putting in place in order to ensure that corruption is clearly nipped in the bud? I mean, in terms of public finance management, some of the mechanisms in terms of if you want to buy materials now, you now go through due process, which wasn't there in the last administration. Are you not too satisfied with the issue that we now have a single account where every amount of money that is generated is shown and known by every person, not the former method of everyone keeping separate accounts here and there? Are you not satisfied with that measure that is in place?
Thank you very much. I think we have to put first and first national interest. We have to talk about integrity. We have to talk about sincerity in whatever we do. And of course, we need a lot of restructuring, which the present government administration has not done. The civil service needs restructuring. Due process, we talk about it, we know about it. There is a due process office long before now. There is EFCC long before now. There is ICPC before now. And they still exist. But my worry is that it took Mr. President a very long time to come up with the ministerial list. He eventually did. And I was expecting that it would be a perfect list, taking that long time to pursue. Unfortunately, by the time the list came out, so many good names, good individuals who could make a change. But if you have 1, 2, 3 people who make the list to be subject to ridicule of the entire country, subject to questions, people who you cannot imagine fitting into the administration that is talking about fighting corruption. We need to change the political class to reorientate ourselves and do a lot of things. All these things have not taken place. What I can say is selective intervention, running after one person or the other for certain reasons that are not too impressive, so to say. In the case of the present administration, they are the judge, they are the jury, and they are the prosecutor. And it looks as if we have not even moved at all. Okay. That's my worry, that's my concern.
Well, I totally disagree with you, especially with the analysis of